let's switch
Okay.
over to the second tool we offer, or like what you can have. So for everyone, right, it's a time to go over and check what is Drive. So Drive is literally the IDR script, and like a lot of people have been asking me over the time, when will be 2.7, and it was like at one point is version 2, 1.1, 2.4, 2.5, 2.7, and we finally reached everything, which would be technically version 3 from the script, which is free from everyone. And now it's Drive 1.0, and everybody in the academy has access to the script. And what I'm very excited about is just simply that this script will implement what we just talked about it. So if we talk about the example, what we had, what Mage was showing. So for example, with the Drive script, you are able to set up a setup what you want to see, what you want to see in your charts. So in this example, we are looking at setups for every session, triggers at 75% retracement of the IDR. So of the IDR means the red lines in my chart example. So when we reach 75%, and that's also the blue line what we have here, yes, when it reaches this, we reach 75% of retracement of the DR. And then we want to see what would be the target. In this case, it's DR or factor 0.5 standard deviation. So we could go to 0, we could go higher. You can test every scenario where you want to go. So if you want to use standard deviation, you go down here and you say you want to have the target standard deviation. And for example, we see if we would work with the standard deviation null, we would have over the last 219 sessions, we have 26 losers, 26 winners, 34 losers, 7 neutral trade, and a win rate of 43.33. So it's literally your backtesting tool for every scenario you want to work. And now consider how to use that with what we just showed in DR Lens. So we can set up everything here, and you will have everything visualized, what you analyzed before the day starts or during the day before you take your trade. We can everything visualize here. And of course, you can try every kind of setup. So if we take, for example, we go back to DR and we see how our numbers are changing. So if I take as a target DR, so literally to make it visually for you. So the setup would be price reaching 75% retracement of the IDR levels and would go at least to DR again. So that's the setup we are checking right now. So entry here, stop below here, and then go up. And we can configure it in the way we want to. We can show only if this is happening during the RDR session. So only RDR session with the same setup. It's 5 winners, 9 losers, 4 neutral. So it's a win rate of 35%. So you can play around with this. And this is mainly something we started as the retirement setup, but now it's fully configurable. And you can check for every session. You can check for every kind of setup. And you can visualize everything. So if you take the smaller one and you look at the numbers here, so it's also, you can leave it for you if you want to check something for your backtesting when you're setting up your trading plan. You have all the visual confirmation. So literally for the scenario you have as a setup, you have green means successful trade, red means not successful trade, and the blue lines are your trigger lines. So for example, here we have a neutral example. There is neither blue, neither a green one nor a red line. So this was a trade which was like either happening, break even. We have to look into this. And then you can check your whole chart and see how this setup is working out. And you can zoom in and you can check, for example, on this day. So you can pre-filter entry criteria with the script and then look how they play out. And then you can find similarities. You can check with your DR lens to decide what kind of setups you want to trade. And I am talking only DR right now. So this is not considering anything else than DR. There is no fair value gaps. There is no imbalance, nothing. So as you can see here, visualize the setup. The blue line is the trigger where we would enter. It has a symbol over there. So we reach the blue line, we enter there. So here it would be already reached the target because we have the DR as a target for the trade. And now you could check how trades with this setup play out in terms of would you maybe want to take a bigger target, or what is the reason? What are the standard deviations in DR lines, etc., etc. So in my opinion, that's the best tool to think about and to work with when it comes to backtesting, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to filtering out what kind of trades or scenarios you want to trade. If you don't want to see that, it's very simple. So if you don't want to have the red and green one because it's cluttering your chart, you can say trigger gone, success one, fail gone, and we can remove everything and it's gone. So now we just have our usual script, but we're still calculating. So it doesn't mean that we stop the calculation. If you want to not show the statistics, for example, so you don't want to have the setup statistics because you don't need it, you're trading. You don't want to see the average open close range of the DR sessions, you close it. If you don't want to say the simple, so you can define everything as you like and as you want to have it. If you want to have the script faster, you stop the calculation for all the setups, so the script is not taking any resources from your computer. And what everybody was waiting for, now we have alarms for everything. So we have alarms for confirm DR top. We have alarms for confirmation to the bottom, so like long or short. We have trigger up, that means whatever you're configuring your setup, you can get an alarm. So you can set up an alarm. I want to have an alarm every time when we have a confirmation long and we're retracing to the IDR mid-level. So you can set up alarm for that. You can even set up alarm when the setup has failed, or you can have an alarm when the trigger down is triggered. So this is not in your version, that's the Discord version. So that's just for us. And of course, script is fully customizable. Whatever you want to have, you can set it up as you like it in your charts.
So you made a backtesting platform on TradingView.
Sorry?
Easy to use for everyone. You made a backtesting platform, easy to use, accessible to everyone on TradingView.
Yeah, it's backtesting.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
Well,
this is unprecedented.
No, it's just like, and this is not even the beginning. Everybody sees in my charts that we have whip and gip. And of course, this script will be also ready. Like I would give it like maybe 10 more days. And the next version of Drive will have the relationship models. So as we have seen, what we have talked a lot in the last weeks, how is ADR, ODR, and RDR connected? Why is this an upside expansion model, for example? How can we predict how we can take trades inside this area? Like last Friday was a beautiful example how you can trade. A beautiful example for, like, that's, for example, retirement setup. Like, we are not even, we have not even started. Like, if you think this is amazing, watch me, watch us, because this is just, we are just starting. That's all I can say. There's so much more in DR, IDR, which has to be taught. And everything what I can teach about it, it can be also quantified. So there is nothing which requires a lot of interpretation. It's like very rule defined. It's very rule based, and that's what I like about it. And yeah, so amazing tools for everyone to become a successful trader. And even if you're not a member of the academy, it doesn't change anything. These are all like, yeah, people of the academy they have an advantage, but it's not that like the model is the same. The model stays the same. What I'm teaching about it, it's still the same. It's just the people in the academy, they will accelerate faster because they actually have the drive and they are ready to commit. And that's what I like. But the model stays the same. It's not going to change. If people think that IDR is just a fluke and DR, I'm going to have to say there will be people, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 people soon in the academy, because it just makes sense. And people already see the DR and see how people can use it. And we're gonna be on top of our game to develop all this stuff. And it's not me only. People think, oh yeah, master, can you do this script? Can you do that? Like whoever was seriously working and trying to make a script which makes sense knows how much time it takes. And I'm not doing that alone. I have two amazing people, two amazing coders who are helping with the developing of all the crazy ideas I have. They sometimes hate me because I want to do things they are telling me in the first it's not possible. But look at it. It's done. This script and the people who already tried it will confirm that to me. Like we talk about Nindo. Nindo is an amazing trader. Like he saw Drive and he was like, wow, I have to pull my hat because this is just amazing. And the more you will work it, you will understand it. I mean, I'm not even talking about features. Everybody was asking me already 100 times that I can switch easily to Euro USD. And I can see the success rates for the last 209 sessions. So ADR is definitely the worst session to trade when you want to trade Euro US dollar. ODR seems okay. But if I want to trade Euro USD, I would fix myself on the RDR session, maybe ODR into RDR. And if I say, okay, 209 session, that's not enough. Okay, then switch simply to the 30 minutes time frame. And you will get a total of 1600 sessions. So that's from the 3rd January of 21 till the 13th of January of 23. So 2 years of data. And here you have your stats. So now I see also when I'm looking at Euro USD dollar, I also see, okay, the last 500 sessions were a little bit rough, but overall ADR is not so bad, but still by a margin the worst session to trade Euro USD dollar. And I see ODR is already 80% without considering news. That's quite an amazing number because people complaining, yeah, Euro USD, but it's not. And RDR is super strong with 83% probability without considering high impact news. So that's like a set of data which is crazy. And now I show the next one. We are going to look at gold and we will see the same. Okay, gold doesn't like ADR so much. ODR is okay. But RDR, so if I want to trade gold, I would focus on RDR. I will pull up my DR lens and when the data are in there, I'm gonna check I will find every single setup in gold for the RDR, which I want to trade. Because that's what successful traders are doing. They are taking advantage about it. It's not about saying, yeah, DR is not working. No, it's about, wow, gold has 88% probability in the RDR session. So I'm going to see that I'm getting my entries there. So I don't have to trade gold anymore. I don't have to trade anything. I'm happy with ES. But if I would be 15 years younger and I want to really accelerate my trading, I would use that. I would have alarms for gold. I would simply go, I do the same. I see the stats. I go into my script and I say, I want to have confirmations for gold. Zack. I want to have confirmations for gold and I only want to have for the IDR session. I click this button here. I click add alert and I press this away and I create. And like by magic, whenever this is happening, my computer will tell me, even when I'm looking at ES, it will tell me, oh, setup is coming. Like, this is the way how to trade. This is the way how to be profitable. I hope everybody understands what I'm talking about. Yeah, we could go through all the examples, but like you will see different instruments, for example, British pound. Let's check British pound as the last one. Same behavior. And I'm going to show you another trick, which is like I'm giving to everyone. So if you want to trade, if you can't trade the RDR because of your time zone, yeah, like you can't trade the RDR, so the main session, and you have to focus somehow on the ADR, yeah? Look at this. You press here, and this is only for people who can't go into the later sessions. But like if you have to trade the ADR session, do the following. Look at the numbers. Look, 70%. Look at this. Look closely. And now you change your timings from the ADR lines time to 1 o'clock. See how you're increasing your rate? Do you see it? You just gain 7% success ratio. When you only want to focus on the RDR, change it. Don't wait till 2 o'clock. Make session at 1 o'clock. It's not gonna be as precise for the models which are forming later on, but like if you're forced to trade ADR sessions, change it to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna show you also the difference for the ES, for example. So you see, 1 o'clock gives me 83%, 2 o'clock gives me 97%, so 4% more probability. It doesn't look a lot to you, but it will make a big difference if you only can do ADR sessions. So what else to say? I think that covers everything about DR Drive. No, that's RDR, Prograd. RDR is from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and goes until 2 a.m. in the morning, New York time. So I hope everybody is excited as I am. I don't know what to do. Since days, I'm super hyped. I'm super motivated. I can't wait to really start. I can't wait till we onboarded everything. And I want everyone to talk a lot about it, because in less than 6 months, because we're gonna capture all the data of every student in the DR Academy. And in 6 months' time, there will be verified data about what we did, how the transformation of those people in the academy has been going on. And I'm so 100% sure that we will have numbers nobody ever reached in retail trading education. I am sure about it. And I'm not saying anything more. I'm just telling the people, watch us, watch me, and we're gonna show results as we do with DR, as we do with everything we did so far. So far, nobody can say we didn't deliver. Everything what we did, the system, the model, the scripts, the videos, the backtesting session, there is nothing somebody can tell me, Master, you're doing shit. Because everything I did so far it's working. And I just gave it away for you guys. So we're gonna see, and you're gonna see, we're gonna deliver again. And those 500 people, they will be profitable. Not all of them, but the majority. I'm 100%. And that's the most important point, because like I said, I want to help people. And I'm pretty sure these 500 people, they will go out there and help other people. And next time, I can't only take 1,500, because out of the 500 people, 20 people will be PhD. 20 people will be ready to help other people. And we're gonna have 5,000 people next time in the academy. And I can't wait for that. We're gonna prove it, and we're gonna have fun.
Can't wait.
Okay. So
Can't wait to see the results.
Me too. It will be a lot of work, but we will get the results. Like I said, a last story before we're gonna end the stream, because technically I already have to start the next stream, so we will postpone the next stream a little bit. But the last thing I can say, I was thinking a lot when Academy became a topic, and when I figured out that if I want to train people, I have to limit the number down, and I have to find people who can help me. But I was thinking a lot about it, why I never had the same problems like the normal trader or retail trader has. And you know what the answer was? H? Hello?
I don't. I'm listening.
He left me alone. Oh my God.
No.
Jokes aside. So
I'm waiting.
The conclusion which I came to is that from the very first moment, I told everyone I lost 30,000 with options, but that was not really trading. That was just being stupid. And then I had the advantage that from the first day I entered into the bank and I worked as a junior trader, I always had a framework. Yes, stats is important also, but I had to follow a framework. There was no question ever in my work life where I thought, oh, I take a trade with more risk. Oh, I move stop losses, or I do something stupid. Because something stupid would have been, you are fired. It's very simple. And I was never depending on that, because I had my framework and there was just no question in my head that I do something stupid. There was a plan, a framework. And I told the story to some people in Discord. My first 4 weeks, my first mentor in the bank, he was giving me a coin and I had to flip at a certain time on the day. I had to flip the coin. And head was long and number was short. So I had to flip the coin, and whatever was the flip, I had to enter a trade with risk management and all stuff and trade management. And I had to do that for 4 weeks. I was thinking at that time when he told me that he's nuts, but he wasn't. I ended up after 4 weeks with having a little bit of profit. Some other people who did this later on, they had like plus minus zero, and other guys had a little bit of minus, but nobody blew up account. Nobody had any trouble. What we learned out of this was just simply that mindset is the most important. Following your plan, following risk management, following your trade management. It doesn't matter how much your entry model looks good or not. It's the most important. And that's what I learned from the beginning on. And put this into a framework where you don't even think. And I hope people can rely on that, because you all have a job or had a job, right? So everybody knows how it is. So I just ask you, would you think about in your job to do something stupid which will make you lose the job? You wouldn't. But when it comes to trading, people take their money and think, haha, I'm gonna be a clown today. I'm gonna move my stop because I think in my belly it doesn't feel good to lose money. Right? That's the honest truth. And I never had this problem because I had a framework and I had clear rules I had to stick to, because not sticking to it would have meant trading career over. I can do whatever else. That's simply what it is. And that's what we're going to do in Academy. I don't have to say it again. But that's just a story which I realized when I'm thinking about how to structure Academy, that I just realized I never had these problems because I never got the chance to be a retail trader, which can literally play and think trading is kind of a game. I never had this. And that's also why I'm so sure if people are ready to commit to this and can follow a strict plan and a framework, and we're going to teach that, there is no way. You're doomed to make profit. That's my opinion. I'm going to prove it. We're going to prove it. And we will talk about it when it's done.
Thank you for sharing this story. This is so inspiring and powerful. I think it makes total sense. With strict risk management, strict rules, mindset, everything is possible.
Yeah,
and we're gonna beat the game.
I never, in my whole 18 years of career, I never saw a trader being in a bad mood because he lost a trade. And I have seen people losing millions of dollars in less than 5 minutes. And they were just standing there, and it was normal. It is normal. It's part of the game. And that's just what it is.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
I think if people are mad about losing a trade, maybe they're also over leveraging or taking too big of a position. Because if you are properly sizing your trade, then you should accept that you have a chance of losing that money. And if your risk reward is good enough, if you lose your R but you make it 7 times back at some point, then you should be fine. But if your R is too big to start with, then maybe there is a problem with the size of your R.
Yeah, but like that's what I totally agree with you. But that's also a framework question. Like if you follow your framework, your R can't be too big. It's simply what it is. If you're a doctor and you're not taking your scalpel and you're cutting into the people's flesh without disinfecting it, it's in every other, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's listening to me right now, in the back of their head, as much if they like me or they don't like me, it doesn't matter, but in the back of their head, they know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a pilot, you're not starting your plane before you have your checklist. That's just what it is. Because else people will die, something bad can happen. That's just reality. It's just what it is. But like, for whatever crazy reason, a soldier going into the battlefield is checking his gun before. And he's not running around like whistling into the air over a battlefield. Everything has framework. And if you don't follow the framework, you're gonna get beaten up. And you deserve to get beaten up. That's just what it is. But what I never figured out in this 18 years is when it comes to retail trader, why this is happening. Because I met pilots, I met lawyers, I met a lot of smart people. But when it came to trading, they just turned into very dumb people. Not meant in a bad way. But they thought trading is a game, but it's not. You are trading against the top-notch people in the world. Don't forget that. It's like if you want to trade, build a picture in your head. You are going with Mike Tyson into the ring. Or if you don't like Mike Tyson, you're going with Conor McGregor. You go into the octagon with Conor McGregor. And he's gonna hurt you bad. He's gonna hurt you really bad. Same goes for trading. If you go into the ring and you think you just can do it somehow, it's not gonna end up well. So anyway, that's it from my side. I hope you liked the stream. And I and I can't wait for more live streams. I like live streaming. I like live trading, and I'm very excited to do that also, because a lot of people talk about trading, but live, doing everything live, it's a different story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, mate, it was very nice to have you here to talk about it. You know, I love your work and I love your mentality. If you want to have an example of somebody who is a really hardworking guy, look at him. And I hope we delivered some information for you. So, thank you. I love
Thank you for having me, and I loved it. And I think it's a good format to have people with you on the stream when you live stream or when you backtest.
Yeah, Mark, you're absolutely right. I should stop smoking. But you know, I can't be everywhere perfect. But don't worry, I'm healthy. I'm checked up. I had to be checked up every year completely because of the job I was doing. So I'm fine. But you are right. I agree with you. Sometimes I am also stupid. Happens to me. Love you all. And we're gonna delay the backtesting stream, I guess, a little bit. I will let you know when we start. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice one.
Thank you.
See you later if you join the other stream. Bye bye.